Hey, good morning, guys. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Man, so I had some ideas pop into my head this morning. I was just thinking about like scarcity mindset. You know, the difference between scarcity mindset and abundance mindset, uh, a lack mindset. So yeah, I was thinking about this kind of. A lot of nowadays a lot of people kind of have like a scarcity mindset. They feel like there's only so much resources and food or whatever, money to go around, you know for everybody. It's like there's not enough, there's not an abundance of it for everyone to be successful and to have things. And so there's this kind of like lack, kind of scarcity mindset that happens to where and so I was thinking about this of why we live in such like a hyper competitive kind of society where people are trying to, like, if you have like a scarcity mindset, if you feel like there's only so much resources to go around, and yeah, we do live in a society where most of us don't grow our own food and stuff. We have to like get money to be able to eat and survive. And so there is like this game or something basically that we all have to, most of us have to play, right? I think most of us, especially if we're in the city or even suburbs, we're beholden to this method of providing for ourselves and stuff. We're beholden to the people who produce the food and have the control over the production of the food and the housing and all that. Like we have to play in their system, because we're not just growing our own food and surviving off the land and stuff. But maybe if you're a farmer. But so like that's why it's like I feel like there's kind of like a lot of people develop this scarcity mindset, and why we're such competitive with each other and kind of like want to bring other people down and stuff. And so it's like by taking somebody out or being able to destroy someone or take somebody out, that feels like winning. If you have a scarcity mindset, that feels like winning in a sense, because that means, there's more for me now because I've taken that guy out. Like, I've taken these people out, so there's more chance for me to win because there's only so much to go around. So the more people that I eliminate from the competition, the easier it is for me to win. This kind of like, you can think about it like in a video game, like the battle royale, right? There's so many people to start out, and each person that gets knocked off and eliminated, there's less people that are around to try to win and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, there you're trying to kind of knock off as many people, and then the last person standing wins. And so it's kind of like that a little bit. And you try to wonder why, because I just would try to figure out, why are people like so competitive, and kind of like, why are we have this mindset of that we're like, somebody else is like, if someone else winning is like us losing or something, like we're not, that it's kind of like, oh, no, we're, if you have a chance to destroy somebody and bring somebody down or something, it's like that's a win in a way. Like that makes more opening for me to be able to win, because there's less competition now, So yeah, like, you guys ever think about this stuff? It's just kind of like this. It's been brewing in my mind and this morning, and it's kind of like popped into my head. It just popped into my head, and it's just a random thought that just came to me. I didn't really research it that much fully or do my homework or anything about it. I'm just going to talk about it and be a creative person that just spews things out of my brain, like they say in the Bible. Just let God speak through you. I'm not going to make a bunch of edits and be a nice little nerd that does his homework and do his research and I'm just gonna be a cool guy that goes around and just says my thoughts. I'm allowed to live that way and have abundance from just spewing the shit out of my brain. That's right. But yeah. I don't know, people don't like that. People want me to be like the they want me to be the good little nerd that does his homework and follows the rules. and this isn't how you're supposed to do it. So, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy. We should have an abundance mind. Everybody can win. Everybody can succeed. You know, you shouldn't be trying to feel good by taking somebody else down. And, you know, like, that's so evil when you really think. It's like, man, God created us all to, like, use our gifts and work together, and, you know, and we're all, you know, there's an abundance. If you think about the food production, does the food ever go away? I don't think there's a scarcity of food. The food is always in Walgreens. It's always in CVS. It's always in Publix. They're not running out of food. They're using, the people that control the production of the food, they know abundance. They grow the supplies and they make the food, you know. They grow the sugar and they make the candy, and they constantly just, you keep growing sugar and making candy, and there's always candy for us, right? It's just that they have the power over the production of it and stuff, and so we're forced into this competitive kind of system where we feel like, oh, you know, somebody else getting money makes it harder for me to win, and then they get the job, and so I don't get the job because they get the job, and there's not enough jobs for me, and, you know. So it's crazy, man. You know, it's really dark. Like, I really don't like that, but I think I just was confused about it. I'd always try to understand, like, why, you know, that, like, it's so animalistic, right? To think that way, to just be like, oh, yeah, let me take down as many people as I can in any kind of, like, you know, sneaky way where nobody knows that I'm destroying a person, and, you know, and then I won't even have to deal with any consequences of messing with this person and destroying their life, you know, because I didn't physically harm them or do anything to actually take them out. I just messed with their head, and they took themselves out, and so now I'm winning. Now it's easier for me to, there's less, you know, I don't have to compete with Lucas Albano anymore. Fuck him, you know. If I can take him out there, there's more chance for me to win because I'm a fucking loser and I have to destroy everybody. You know, I destroy this little guy with glasses that's just trying to survive and live a happy, peaceful life. And, you know, it makes it harder for me if he wins. Anyways, guys, yeah, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, you know, it's just fucked up, man. I wish it wasn't like this. Like, we could all live in peace and harmony and stuff. But yeah, this is why these things are happening. I think it's because of these mindsets, and, you know, we're so hyper competitive. You know, it's not a sport or something. We're not in some kind of sporting game of society, and I win and I beat that guy, and, like, it's like, no, you know. That's sports. That's baseball, and that's one team wins and the other. That's a sport that we create to have fun for entertainment. This is real life. You don't do, you know, like, everybody gets to live life and have fun and be peaceful and eat and enjoy abundance. It's just simple as that. And then we watch this people compete against each other for fun. You know, it's like, that's not fun doing that in real life. Just trying to beat somebody, you know, like, give me a fucking break, you know.